Hey guys, welcome back. This is Sub LBC here, and I wanted to quickly apologize again for not doing the 4,000 watt moneymaker update. I know that a lot of people have probably been waiting for that, and I do want to let you know it's going to be coming on right after this video. But I did have a little bit of spare time, and I wanted to spend some of that time talking about a subject that I brought up a couple times in the past, and that is a nutrient manufacturer by the name of Aptus. Now, I think one of the main reasons why people like to watch my channel is I'm not a whore, guys, when it comes to nutrients. You know, one of the biggest questions, or one of the most numerous questions I get, and I think that a lot of growers get, are about nutrients in one way or another. How much do you use? When do you use? How do you use? You know, all kinds of things generally having to do with nutrients. And it's somewhat difficult to get good information because so many growers out there have these, completely dogmatic, zealot mindsets when it comes to their nutrients. Like they have like these complete love affairs, like a romanticism with their nutrient line. And I think that's just absolutely ridiculous. I'm more like a whore. I will do it all. I will try it all. I don't give a shit where it's from, what color it is. I want to try it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the results can possibly be compelling, because that's the only way things ever really get better in the garden, guys. If you really want to push things forward, it's all about trial and error. And trial and error in nutrients, there's so many different things to try, and I want to be able to try them all. More specifically though, trying out nutrients that are offered at really, really high price points and kind of squaring them off against nutrients that are offered at not so high price points, because I do think it is incredibly important for nutrient manufacturers that sell nutrients for incredibly high prices to justify these high prices. And of course, one of the companies that I've been going after a lot over the years is Advanced Nutrients. And I will admit that, using Advanced as much as I have over the past year and a half or so, I've actually come to like a lot of their products. Specifically, a good amount of their base nutrients. I think they make great organic base nutrients. I like the Big Bud Overdrive, the base additives. Bud Candy is a great product, I think. There's a lot of stuff from Advanced that I really have no problem using, but there are some products offered from Advanced that I really think are absolutely ridiculous. Specifically, Bud Igniter, Bud Factor X. The fact that Voodoo Juice, Tarantula, and Piranha are all broken down into separate products and are all incredibly overpriced. Rhino Skin being an absolute ripoff, and the line just being just too convoluted, too complex, and unnecessarily so. And after a while, those costs add up. I mean, if you're running the entire line, is it really worth it? And of course, I've tried to dive into this by essentially exchanging a lot of products out for better performing, more cost-effective alternatives. So that kind of brings us now to Aptus. Now, Advanced Nutrients, in my opinion, is really not even the most expensive. Yellow Bottle, I think their overall line is even more expensive, especially when you give given the fact that the line is not even really like that highly concentrated. Large application rates, not low, and combined with a high price, really made Yellow Bottle expensive, especially on some of their additives that they offered. But now we're going to be talking about a product called Aptus, and I brought this up a couple times in previous videos. Now, Aptus essentially just makes, an additive pack, designed to be run with your base nutrients for the most part. Got to do some more research to find out, what additives can and cannot be used with Aptus if you're going to run a complete system. But I should be able to get the specifics of that information here very shortly. But one of the main reasons why I want to focus on Aptus specifically is because this product, guys, is or this product line pretty much takes the the number one champion for being the most expensive product that I've ever seen ever. Now, what you guys are basically looking at here is what is called their Believer Pack, and the Believer Pack contains the Facilitator and the Start Boost. And the whole premise is with the Believer Pack is that you will use these two products, and after using these two products, you will become an absolute believer in the Aptus line, or that is, essentially the, the message behind the marketing. And, right here on the front, it says here that these two little products here will mix 50 gallons. And for you guys that don't know, we are essentially dealing with two 50 milliliter samples. So we have 100 milliliters of product total. 50 milliliters of Facilitator and 50 milliliters of Start Boost. Now, Start Boost application rate is at exactly 1 milliliter per gallon. So this entire bottle would basically be used to mix a 50 gallon reservoir. Facilitator is a little bit higher concentrate. at 3 milliliters per 5 gallons. So obviously, if you were to mix up a a whole 50-gallon reservoir using facilitator, you would still have about 20 milliliters left over. So you will almost be able to do an entire second reservoir with facilitator, but not quite. You'll still be about 10 milliliters short. But to keep it simple, you're essentially dealing with a double application rate with Start Boost versus facilitator, more or less. You'd have to do like 3 or 4 reses before it really becomes apparent. Now, let's talk about the price of these products. Now, over here, guys, we're looking at basically facilitator, and you can see these are sold by pretty small amounts. Facilitator is sold at a 500 milliliter. Start Boost up here is sold at a 250 milliliter. Now, the facilitator, to purchase a 500 milliliter of the facilitator with an application rate of less than 1 milliliter per gallon, which, keep in mind, guys, is still pretty damn good. But also at the same time, guys, we are talking about 1/2 a quart, a little bit more than 1/2 a quart, half a liter, guys, not very much product. And, $372 to get the facilitator product. I mean, that is just fucking off the charts expensive, guys. The Start Boost, by comparison, is sold in a 250 milliliter, used at 1 milliliter per gallon. So you can essentially do 5 reservoirs with one of these, and that will go ahead and set you back $77. So, if you're looking at it, just looking at pure price, essentially $154 versus $372. But keep in mind that the concentration is a little bit better, so that's not a true analysis. But the real point is, guys, is that this stuff is incredibly expensive. Even at these, 1 milliliter and less application rates, these are just some ridiculous prices. To go ahead and just kind of, give you an idea of what we're basically dealing with here, it costs $104 to get 2 of these samples. I got 2 of them, and $37 basically per 50 mils of the facilitator, and I think it works out to be about $15 per 50 gallons used on the Start Booster. Yeah, so for every 50 gallons you do, it's going to cost you $37 a facilitator. If you were to use the whole bottle, let's just assume you don't have to use the whole bottle, so it's like 20-something bucks, and then $15 for Start Boost. So, you're right at about $40, give or take, to just run one 50-gallon reservoir of just these 2 products. And there's more stuff. They have the Mass Boost, they have EcoZen, they have Final Boost or Finale Boost, and I think there's a couple other products as well. So again, guys, this stuff is incredibly expensive. I'm actually talking to a buddy of mine who is working on trying to get me one of their full-size sample packs. Essentially enough products to run an entire 4,000 watt grow, and I believe it has an MSRP of somewhere around $1,000, give or take. So that's crazy expensive, and keep in mind that it does not include your base nutrients. So you still have to run your base ABs and probably a few other supplements that this product line does not account for. So when you're talking at actual consumption of nutrients per run, is going to be way over $1,000. Could be as high as maybe $1,500. If you're running advanced nutrients full line with this stuff, I mean, you're just going nuts. And literally, guys, in today's prices, that's like 1/2 a pound of your production is going just to your nutrient costs. So it's pretty safe to say that Aptus is designed for growing cannabis only. There is not, unless you can grow like fucking gold, plant form, or I can't even think of anything that a plant can grow that is valuable enough to justify using anything at this price point. So, Aptus, obviously cannabis only nutrient. Is it worth the money? We're gonna find out. I have a pretty good feeling I will be getting the sample pack here pretty soon. I'm still working on it. Hopefully I will get it in time to run it at the Site B location, which I really think is the more preferred location to run it. Maybe we'll run it at both locations and compare both. Just to see what kind of differences we actually might have between those 2 gardens. But in any case, guys, this is really going to be putting the most expensive additive line to the test and really see if it delivers. And we run a lot of expensive shit around here, guys. We've done grows with Psycho, Advanced Nutrients, Yellow Bottle. So it really makes sense to step up the game, as I like to say, and just really see if these products can justify their costs. So that is pretty much all I got to say about it for now. I hope the information was useful. We will obviously be going a lot more into detail. Again, you know, I've got a lot of product documentation on Aptus, and once I get my hands on the products later down the line, we're going to be going over it in detail about you know, how I'll be mixing the nutrients and stuff of that nature. But I'm really hoping the results are awesome, because all the growers that I know really want to get awesome results, and I am definitely no different. So that is pretty much it for this video update. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, stick around. We got the Moneymaker 4K coming up next.